Aubrey, great to see you. Welcome to Pop Alternative.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
No, I'm really excited to chat with you. It's really exciting when, you've been working on music for such a long time now. And then, there's these kind of waves of like, some singles come out, but at some point a big EP is going to come out. What's that like
Mhm.
for you when you finally get to like be one step closer for people listening to what you worked on? What's that like for you?
Oh, I feel like very like anxious about I'm like waiting on my toes. I'm so ready for people to hear this music. I've been working on it since September. No, maybe like late August. And just even like releasing telephones in traffic, I was like, I'm so ready for people to hear my original music and to have it on streaming platforms. And I'm so grateful that it's finally gonna happen. But yeah, I've just been on the edge of my seat. I'm so ready for people to hear it.
At some point, there's going to be a situation where, music's a big part of all of our lives and everything. But at some point, you're going to be, something's going to happen, a conversation, an experience where like you really want to take it one step further, right? And really kind of pursue music. What was that like for you? What was the kind of moment where you're like, yes, this is not just like a hobby. This is like what I want to do.
Okay. This might sound like kind of like ridiculous or stupid, but like when I was in high school, I joined my music program, and along with that, I became friends with a lot of musicians.
Yep.
And this was my freshman year, so I was 14 years old, and I went to a backyard house show, and it was mostly people playing punk music, and one of my friends was playing that day, and I was like, this is so cool. I want to be able to perform on a stage and play music
Yep.
and play guitar. And so I practiced a bunch and I started writing lyrics, and that really inspired me, even though I don't write similar music at all. Just watching friends perform,
Yeah.
I love it so much.
I'm a drummer. PD Beats was my stage name in bands. So I
No
kind
way!
of, yeah. So I played in punk and metal bands growing up. So when you said like you went to a punk concert, that just took me back.
Yes, I love the scene in LA. Like most of my friends from school, and like my school was kind of known for having bands around LA playing at house shows or playing at small venues like the Bourbon or the Smell or things like that. So yeah, I just support all my friends around LA.
What's really funny, and there's actually a good question here in regards to kind of your,
Mhm.
process of creating music is I would listen to a lot of like metal bands and I would like talk to them at the merch tables after shows. And you would
Yeah.
find out that a lot of like the music that they actually listen to and are inspired by are not metal at all. It's like pop and folk and they
No,
make
it's
metal
very
music.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wondering what's that like for you? Like you obviously have a certain genre that you can consider maybe your music, but it's like do you listen to different styles of music to like kind of inspire the music you make? Like I'm curious about that. It's interesting to think about.
When people always ask me like, "Oh, like what artists inspire your music?" I'm always like, I don't know. Because the thing is, I think there are certain melodies or certain things or certain songs that you like take little bits and pieces from or whatever that you don't even remember you listened to. I
Yeah.
feel like some songs are just ingrained in the back of your mind because I don't I should look this up. I wonder how many songs the average person knows and how many artists the average person knows.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite bands, I love the Beatles and I
Yep.
love Queen. I love 60s music. I love funk music. I love funkadelic. Um, More modern music, I really love Hosier. I love Adrian Lanker. So yeah, but the Beatles are like my all-time favorite band, and I don't really sound like the Beatles, but I love them.
Absolutely. So there was a single that was released in May, I believe, right?
Yes,
Okay, and then there's going to be an EP coming out in the summer.
there
At
is.
some
Yeah, end
point.
of
EP's,
summer.
yeah, more music's gonna. It's funny too when it's like like when is more music? Like people must ask you like when is music coming out? You're just like it's gonna come out when it comes out. Like there's not like sometimes it's like so hard to keep everything under
I
wraps, right?
know. No, I know. It really is. And like, people in my comments would be like, more music now. And I'm like, I wish it was as simple as putting a song out right this second, because I would. But getting things through like distributing and making sure I want to make sure that my
Yeah,
visuals are good for everything too.
100%.
Honestly, that's what I've been having a learning curve with the most because I know how to write for the most part. Of course, there's always room for improvement, but visually putting things together and the business aspect of music, I really did not know anything
Well, this interview
about it
will
up until
come
this
out
point.
like around the time the EP is going to come out. So this is why I kind of want to talk a little bit about the EP specifically. So we're,
Sweet,
we're good to
sweet.
go. So I'm gonna do a really cool thing here, and it's interesting because it's gonna be really fresh to my viewers because like they don't even know the track list, and I don't know what the pre-saves are
Yeah.
like on Spotify yet. But it's like I do this when I interview musicians. I want to do name three, so I want you to name me three songs specifically, but they're gonna be three specific songs of Frances Anderson. So I need to know an upbeat, up-tempo song. I need to know a heartfelt song that means a lot to you specifically, and then I need a third one which is trendy or a trendy song. And a lot of people for that one, they just like, say the song that they have a music video for or like a single and everything. So I need
Mm.
upbeat, up tempo, I need heartfelt, and I need trendy. This is name three with Frances Anderson. Go and
All right.
take some time to think
Perfect. Because
about
I
it.
have about like I have I think is it 5 songs on the EP? It's
Okay.
either 5 or 4.
Yeah.
So perfect. Let me see. Okay. So which one should I do first? A trendy
Yeah, what's the
one or which
trendy
one?
one?
I'm gonna say that the trendy one is Telephones and Traffic because I feel like all my friends are like, oh, that song is so catchy. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Telephones and Traffic.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
then a heartfelt one, I'm gonna say Don't Forget Me. And that's, well, as this is being recorded, it's July. It's gonna be released this month.
Okay.
And I will have a music video for that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and an upbeat one, it's like the one love song that I wrote for it. It's called Turn the Light On. And wait, was there another one too?
No, that's
Or were those three?
perfect. That
That's
that
three? Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Telephones
no,
and
it's fun
Traffic,
because it's
Don't
like
Forget Me, and Turn the Light On.
no, absolutely. That's perfect. And I'm kind of like with those songs you kind of brought up, it's interesting because like the way you were kind of talking about them, all of them kind of have certain kind of feelings and experiences with each songs, right? So it
Right,
kind of
yeah.
brings me to like the selection process, right? Because I am sure you wrote more songs that maybe didn't make the cut for the EP. So what is that like for you specifically? Because that must be a hard thing, like the selection process of like what 5 songs are on this EP.
True. Okay, so I have like maybe 3 other songs recorded that aren't on the EP. That might get released at some point,
Yeah.
but just not for this EP. But I kind of wanted this one to be about stuff that happened to me during high school.
Mhm.
But then the first song that I have on it, Telephones and Traffic, that I already have released,
Yep.
and probably the first song, I feel like I'll maybe make it like a chronological type of thing. Um, that one is more about like my childhood, and right before I entered high school, and about my family situation at the time.
Yep.
So yeah.
No, absolutely. And I do want to ask because you did start as acting, like with acting, and now you're doing
Mhm.
music. Was there a time where like, and maybe this is like after Modern Family or like the last couple of seasons, was there a time where like you wanted to still do both? Like, was there a time where they were like kind of hand in hand, or was there kind of a moment where you were just like, music is what I want to do?
I see. So when I first went into high school, I never wanted to act again. And
Yeah.
also when I went into high school, I could barely play guitar and I didn't write music.
Yeah.
So it's more of a recent thing for me, but I love it so much. And now after like since graduating high school, I want to pursue both acting and music.
Wow. Okay.
And I,
Yeah.
I think I love both evenly. I mean, certainly there are different things I like more about one another,
Mhm.
but I think they can coexist. No reason to limit myself.
Oh, absolutely. When you also, you were young when you worked on Modern Family, so I'm wondering this is more of
Mhm.
kind of a thing now, maybe reflecting on all like the TikTok edits and the trends and everything. But it's like,
Yeah.
when did you really start thinking about? Because I talked to Rico Rodriguez about this recently too when I interviewed
Oh, wait.
him. When do you start kind of thinking about the global impact of that TV show? Like, obviously, you don't think about that much while you're on the show because it's scary, right? You're a
Yeah.
kid and you're just like you don't really think about it. But like, did you do a bit of self reflection like afterwards about the impact of that show and that character and everything?
Yeah, I feel like for sure. Because, I joined the show when I was 4 years old. And the thing with it is like, you kind of are like, you understand that it has some sort of impact because people would come up to me in public. And I was like 4 or 5 and I'm like hiding behind my mom's back. And you start to learn, oh, it's because all these people recognize me from TV. I didn't think I realized how much on a worldly scale it was back then. But honestly, once I got off of the show, I it was funny. When I was on social media during the show, but once I got off the show, I kind of blew up on TikTok, and I think that's when I realized how much of an impact it had.
Hmm.
And then along with my own TikTok kind of growing, people started making edits online.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
the edits
like
online.
there was like the Vietnam, right? The Vietnam. There was
Oh
the
my
whole
God.
yeah.
No, I know. It's like I'm never escaping it. I'm never escaping it, man. And honestly, I'm just glad that people are having a laugh
Well,
about
I
it.
think the thing about that which is crazy is like from your perspective, that was just a line you had on the show. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's it. Like,
True. Literally. And now, like, I could post about anything. I could post a picture of my dog. I could post a song that I'm writing, and they'll be like, guys, her next song should be about hating Vietnam. Like, people will say anything that has the word Vietnam in it at this point. It's so funny. Like,
yeah, it's wild to see that. And I kind of wanted to go back to the music a little bit because at some point, you know, creatives, like when I used to play in bands too, like ideas for songs or musical kind of things that I would think about would just happen like at random times. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's like I remember like waking up for school and I had this idea for like this song and I would call like my bassist at the time. You know what I mean? And it would be so
Yeah.
random. Does that happen a lot with you? And what is the process like in terms of like you thinking about like something that you really kind of want to pursue from like a lyrical perspective or a music perspective? Like when do you know you have a good song specifically?
Oh, it really depends on what type of song it is. Because sometimes I'll come up with guitar first, or sometimes I'll come up with lyrics first. I feel like melody maybe comes last,
Yeah.
usually. But lyrics, bro, if it's, I tend to write sadder songs or about things that make me upset. So, like, the second somebody screws me over, I'm like itching to get to my guitar.
Mhm.
Like, that sounds bad, but like, it's true. I'm either itching to get to my guitar or I'm itching to get to a notebook or my notes app. Because immediately, like anything that affects me a lot emotionally, I'm just going to start writing about it.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like life is music. Like life is song, especially for musicians. Like everything that happens, you know what I mean? I feel like if you're on a road trip and you just stop at a gas station, you might think about something there that might be a song. You know?
Exactly. And the thing is with songs too, I feel a lot more confident in what I say because the thing is when you're in an argument with somebody in the moment or you're experiencing something in the moment, you're not thinking very logical about it, especially if it's affecting you deeply. But once I can write about it, I've processed it more. And also, I feel like things sound prettier over a melody and over chords than just saying things straight to somebody's face. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No,
It's
100%. I know what
easier
you mean.
and it's less harsh that way. I don't know.
No, absolutely. No, it's interesting. I feel like it's songwriting. I took a songwriting class in college, and
Yeah.
and like a lot of what you're talking about was like brought up a lot in that class. So it's like it's like taking me back a little
It's
bit.
flooding. Yeah, it's coming back.
So I'm really excited for people to check out the EP when it's out. I mean, one single's out right now that they could check out wherever they listen to music. But Aubrey, it was so
Yes.
great chatting with you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I had a great time chatting with you.
No, absolutely. So like, let's do some plugs so people can follow you on social media. People can check out the music. Plug away. Like, where can people find everything?
All right, sweet. You can find my music on Spotify and Apple Music on all the streaming platforms under the name Frances Anderson. And you can find me on TikTok and on Instagram as Aubrey Anderson-Emmons.
Awesome. Well, this has been Pop Turnitive, youtube.com/Pop Turnitive. Previous episode. Until next time, this is Aubrey, aka Frances Anderson, and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Pop Turnitive. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Pop Turnitive on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.